Greetings, Mr. U here. Today's word of the day is wisdom. Now, this is a big jam-packed word for me because this is something that, as I'm growing, as I'm developing, it's hard, to discern how to utilize wisdom and when to use it and the fundamentals. Because there's a time where you have to be humble. There's a time where you have to have humility. There's a time where you have to use intelligence. There's a time where you have to call things out. But there's a time when you have to let things go. That's like the age-old question. Your wife's getting dressed in the morning and she said, "Hey, honey, have I put on a few pounds?" And you look at her and say, "No, wife, you haven't." When a manager, you're doing a specific project and you're doing specific activities and you're getting everything together and you miss one specific item out of all the different items that you got done correctly, and the manager says, "Hey, you missed the item," and you're like, "Yes, I'm surveying the area so I can be diligent and be persistent and double check my work." But in the process, some supervisors, some individuals with authority, some individuals with intelligence, they're making their point, their priority, to point out the shortcomings and point out the flaw. So with that being said, in the midst of a specific project, I noticed this supervisor missed some specific things. And I had to utilize that specific point. Or do I want to use this opportunity to point out this individual flaw or this individual error? Or do I want to use this opportunity to be humble and just go around and help that individual out? So what I did is I waited till he got done his specific activity. And once he got done, I went around and kind of double checked his work. I didn't say anything. I didn't say, "Hey, the same thing you just told me, you neglected that," which I was not neglecting. I just didn't get to that specific area. So I could have easily pointed out, said, "Hey, the statement that you just made it reverts more to yourself than to me because I was doing left to right. You was doing around and around." However, you have to really know when to use your intelligence and when to say something. There's another situation where a manager said, "Order these specific items," and I only had enough specific items for this specific batch. So we ordered this extra amount of items that this manager forgot to order. It will force out other items, which will make me have a decrease in merchandise, which will slow up productivity. But instead of me saying, "Hey, if we do this surplus, it's going to hold up productivity in our overall operations," I just accepted that. And when the issues occurred, instead of me pointing out, "Hey, you caused a decrease or non-productivity in my operations due to the fact that you gave me this big demand of product or service. So you slowed down my productivity." So for you to make a statement, um, "Always stay productive," I could have came and said, "Hey, I'm always being productive. The only way I'm not being productive if you cause me delay due to the fact you didn't have foresight or analytical capabilities to see what you will need from point A to point B to point C." But in these situations, you have to have humility. And these just are the things where you have to have wisdom and understanding. Another situation, I had this beautiful individual for which I said, "Hey, I wanted to hang out with you. Let's hang out." It wasn't a date. It was a kind of, just to chill, relax, and get to know each other. And the individual was perfectly fine with that. However, when the situation came down to us just relaxing and enjoying each other's company, the individual stated as if they didn't understand what we were doing or the activities that we were going to do. And they kind of wanted to make me feel bad in a sense. And I'm starting to think like, hey, I remember this girl, my first love. I call her Kayla. My first love, Kayla. This was back in high school. I used to, I see this individual and, I talk to her, whatever the case may be. And we were probably in the 10th grade, but she didn't like me. I had money, but I didn't dress very well at that time. I was a little bit shy at that time, at that age. So she used to hang out with all the bad guys and this, that, and the third. Long story short, the 12th grade, everyone was talking around, and they were just talking about, how I work hard, how, my success or whatever the case may be. And once she found out of my success and my productivity and my activities, she wanted to give me a chance. What I didn't comprehend is what changed. is that she knew more about me and that I could contribute to what she could do and how, a good life she can have. Andrew Tate said it best. When you sell somebody things, you sell them a future. He said when he talks to a girl, he said, hey, I see us going out, on a lavish date or whatever the case may be. So the premise of the story is she didn't see what I could offer her. She didn't see the gains, the wins, the benefits. All she saw was the negativity. Oh, you look bummy. You know, these different things. So what that says is, now let's flip the script. Let's say same situation, same scenario. I see this girl. Flip the script. Instead of me saying, "Hey, she's a beautiful girl," I look at it like this: Hey, do she have a job? Does she know how to think? How does she deal with relationships? What's her character like? What's her personality like? Is she a thief? Is she honest? What's her integrity? Evaluate these different things. And my friend said it best. He said, you have to market and you have to advertise yourself. And with that being said, I said, well, what do you mean? So everybody I have to come in contact with, I have to kind of go through their resume and see if they're up to par with me, up to my level. Does that even matter? He said, well, listen, do you think if a girl had a choice to be with a guy that's twice as better than you, or just be with you, she's going to choose the individual twice as better as you? So if that's what they're going to do, you have to make that choice selection as well. Use wisdom. And to me, it took some time to really think and articulate, like, so this is how I have to think. And I saw Andrew Tate before he started becoming this top G, when he first used to do his videos, and I used to watch how he used to talk, and I'm looking at this guy like, I've done a million things different. And he explained that I never knew this. I always thought intelligence was just, this thing you have, you utilize it when you need it. However, I noticed how he conducts himself, how he carries himself throughout the day, how he speaks to individuals, how he calls stupidity, how he tells individuals, hey, yo, dude, you're being stupid, or hey, just call things out. And with disregard for individuals' feelings or emotions or personalities, call a spade a spade. If you're a bullshitter, you're a bullshit. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. I mean, I was just like, dude, you can't be that way. But what I learned as I evolve and as you mature and as you learn this life, you have to realize that we are gods of our lives. And best way he explained it is, he said, listen, I got a close friend I love. He said, I don't care. This friend I love, I'll tell my friend I love to his face, dude, I don't care about your feelings. If you got things you're supposed to do, get it done. If you don't like something that someone's doing, bring it to their attention and address it or get things done. But at no point in time should you not be in your godly way. If you ever have to stoop down to your lower self because you want to fit in, you're a peon. And I'm like, man, that means I was a peon because I don't act like my original self, and I kind of dumb myself down to not make people look less intelligent. And he basically said, dude, you got to stop being a peon. And I'm like, man, so wisdom for the day is teaching me, be me. If I'm smart, I'm smart. If if something's off, and whatever the case may be, I'm learning. It's good to have humility, but I can't make myself look less intelligent because of people's stupidity. And that's the lesson today. Use wisdom, use humility, be humble. If you have a situation where you don't have to make somebody look bad, do it. But allow yourself to look bad once. But don't let yourself look bad twice just because you want to make other individuals look good. I mean, at the end of the day, you paid the price to be the GOAT. You paid the price to live your best life. You paid the price to be a success. You paid the price to be a champion. You paid the price to win. You paid the price to articulate. You paid the price to get to the top of the freaking mountain. It's a price to live this life. It's a price to be Mr. Tate. Sure, he ain't all that he has. A lot of things he say is fluffed up, but he paid a freaking price. You pay the price, you can cash the goddamn check, Mr. Store. Or you go to pay the price, you can cash the check. You're paying the price, but you go to the bank, you want to cash the check. You got to pay taxes. Taxes is calling a spade a spade. I mean, you got balls of steel, but you kind of scared to show them. So this is what I need you to do from now on, right? You top G. Act like it, think like it, be like it. Dress like it, talk like it, walk like it. Pay the price every day. Get what you need done. You spend all these hours focusing and thinking how to articulate how to be a higher individual. Act like an elite individual. Dude, if someone sees you and they think you a regular individual, you have failed top G class. If anyone ever thinks you're average, you have failed. Average is a category you cannot even associate with. So how do you elevate? Step your game up, be better, and just dominate more. You let freaking this top company get away with freaking, I mean, come on, dude. You let them get away with all that money for what? Because you could have kicked the big company's ass. Dude, that's a knockoff for the books. You Andre the Giant, kick ass, take names later. But anyway, so wisdom is just using intelligence, using knowledge. I met this other lady friend. She's cool peoples, but she was just, using wisdom states that, hey, this is just a fun fling. However, my other lady friend, I love her, cool peoples, she wants to progress. I tell her, I say, hey, if you want to get to the next level with me, this is what you got to do. She neglected that. My consultants, my advisors tell me, hey, if you want to get to the next level, this is what you got to do. This is how you have to behave. This is how you have to speak. This is how you have to tackle things. This is how you have to treat people. And then you will get to the next level. So I have to use the wisdom and say, okay, all right, cool. This is what I need to do. This is how I got to act. This is how I got to talk. This is who I need to knock out. This is what I got to go against. This is how I got to release. This is what I need to do. Okay, cool. Let's get it done. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Love it. This is your life. All right, so we're going to end on this. My lady friend just got back. She stated that she had major issues with just life. And I had to explain, life is a struggle whether you're doing what you want to do or you're doing what you don't like to do. Last week I had to do some things I didn't want to do. It was a struggle. This week I'm doing things that I want to do. It's a struggle. Life is a struggle no matter what. So I'm learning, just struggle uphill. I mean, I've been going uphill all my life. I've been doing it year after year after year after year after year after year. And all I'm learning is more you go in this life, the more you got to learn. Stop worrying about the non-productive side of life and worry about the productive side of life. Worry about how life is great. Worry about how if you do these 3 different activities, you're going to solidify to a new level. Worry about how you're going to get to this billionaire status. Worry about how you're going to be the first individual to be able to go to a specific area and buy specific things. Worry about how you're elevating. Worry about how you're a generation changer. Worry about how you defining the odds. Worry about how millions and millions and millions and millions of individuals who receive services and products and goods from. Worry about how you have serviced over $50 million in services and goods. Worry about how you served 100,000 people. Worry about how you're the GOAT. Worry about how you spent 5 years to develop a trait and a skill to be prepared for any battle in life. Worry about how you're ready. You're sophisticated. Worry about how you're trained in 100 ways of how you can be you. Worry about that. Worry about how you're going to dominate today in every aspect. Worry about how if a problem comes your way, you're going to hit it with the left, hit it with the right, uppercut, and give it the knife jab. Worry about how you have to be fearless. Worry about how you have to realize you're a god of your reality. This is your universe and you're living your best life, dude. I mean, dude, you living it. You living it, bro. Enjoy it. Love it.